Hello. Can we hear me through the microphone? Sorry. Normally, dear listeners of the Roller Derby Internet, you'd get me doing a lovely introduction, but we've just had a little bit of technical hoo-ha, which means that rather than us doing our big, long, lovely lead-in, myself, Loud and Queer, and Pinky we're just going to go straight into Derby. Somebody's fixed that so they don't have to listen to me. Yeah.
Yep, we are straight on in. We are going to be seeing this morning, Concussion Roller Derby. In the black and green, taking on Kent Men's Roller Derby in white.
And in this tournament, Kent Men's Roller Derby are seeded 11th. The Concussion Roller Derby are seeded 6th. So the statistics are in their favour, and indeed it is Grimes of the Concussion Roller Derby out for the first lead jammer of this third game of the MRDA Championships here in Newcastle.
Crazy that we are in the third game already.
Oh yeah, no, time has moved in many different ways in the Dome today. It is lovely to be back in the Dome, the spiritual home of roller derby in the north in England.
My first time here.
Welcome.
Thank you. My first time in the Dome, my first time in the UK, so this has been an exciting trip. Glad to be here and calling this game with you. Again, I'm Pinky Donchadero.
And I'm Loud and Queer, coming into I was going to say your eyeballs, but tragically it's only your eardrums at the moment because the camera for some reason isn't on me. That's rude. And we've already got a little bit of a pause, probably again, so you can make up for the lack of yapping. But just to remind you that we are streaming on YouTube this whole 3-day tournament. This is a bracketed tournament, so we've already had the Inhuman League with an upset this morning, which was against Race City, right? Mm-hmm. So they upset that seed, and will go forward to play. Who are they going on to play? Let me look at my bracket. They are going on to play the St. Louis Gatekeepers tomorrow.
Yep.
R.I.P. to those guys.
Yep.
So no, Till will have a great time no matter who they play.
Absolutely.
And then we had a fantastic exhibition game with Denver against the 15 Ronan, although I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. They're from Argentina. My knowledge of any other languages apart from English and sarcasm is desperately limited. So, Pinky, do you know how that team is pronounced?
15 Ronans. So,
oh my God, I almost did it right.
Yes.
I almost read words correctly. This is unprecedented. My mom will be so proud.
And yes, 15 Ronans, they have had quite a journey to get here. They are doing some traveling so that they can play and earn their MRDA status. So if you are apt to help, 15 Ronans does have a GoFundMe page. Feel free to visit that, help them out, give some of your hard-earned dollars to them. Optimus Quad, his son actually sold his motorbike to help fund the trip there, and they'd really like to be able to get him his bike back.
So it would not be a roller derby tournament without some technical issues, dear listeners. So we are just having a little technical issue with our scoreboard right now. And as you know, can't play a sanctioned game unless the scoreboard is functional and visible. So in the meantime, does anyone know any jokes? Nope. Probably for the best. What else can we talk about? Well, let's do the rosters, Pinkies.
Yes.
While we've got it. I mean, what will happen now? We'll start doing the rosters. We'll be 2 people in, and then the whistle will go.
Exactly.
So let's see if I can get through Kent before that happens. We have 0 Pro, 000 General Pain, 1 Spank Me Sideways, 1-4 Besky Rock, 1-7 Tiggs, 1912 Skate Winslet, 2-2 Payne Austin, 2-9 Trev, 4-4 TC, 4-7 K-Train, 5-0 Bullseye, 5-1 Hunter, 6-6 Brute, 7-8-9 Nest of Vipers, and 8-1-1 Hardest Kales. Did it.
All right, now let's see if I can get through Concussion Roller Derby. We've got number 05 Tiny Tank, number 12 Tommy Gun, number 13 Photobomb, number 1337 The Riot, number 16 Juke, number 17 Frank Blood, number 23 Showtime, number 42 Grimes, number 469 Don Juan the Devastator, number 50 Hot Fuzz, number 60 Loose Wheel, 711 Frecklenator, number 88 Tricksta, number 969 Cutthroat Kelly, and number 97 Austin.
Okay, so the potential confusions that are going to come up, we've got an Austin on the Concussion side, and we've got a Payne Austin on the Kent side. We also have at least 19 people here this weekend who have got Quad or Optimus in their names somewhere. We need to get a group photo of those people later on. I mean, I swear there's one on every team. We've got a Grimes on this team as well. So you've got Optimus Grimes, you've got Grimes, you've got Optimus Quad. You've also got, yeah, there's a lot of people who have Quad. Yeah, should we just combine them all into one like Megatron roller derby pair? Optimus, Quad, Grime, skate. Oh, look, all my yapping has got that whistle, but well and truly blown for Jam 2. Thank you for bearing with us.
It looks like we are going to start out this jam with number 1912, Skate Winslet, up against number 469, Don Juan, the Devastator.
That is a phenomenal derby name. Nice, tight scrum off at the jam line, 5-0. Bullseye of Kent pops to the front to cap Don Juan, but Don Juan recycles, finds a gap on the inside. Skate Winslet. Oh, forced to reset. Yeah. Thought they had a clear path, but alas, alack. Resetting in the straightaway, takes off the star, escorted to the infield very nicely indeed by...
That would be
Frecklenator, who has beautiful long hair, and therefore I can't see their number.
Don Juan, the Devastator, out there on a scoring pass. 4 points.
And it is now a power jam in favor of the Concussion roller derby as Skate Winslet takes a seat in the penalty box, sponsored incidentally by Cloud 7 for a track cut penalty. Concussion choosing to call the jam with, I believe, the full 12, yep, and that will give them a power start heading into jam 3. Big-ush. That's the technical term for, oh golly, this is not good for Kent. So what do you know about the Concussion, Pinky? Because you come from stateside. I don't know these guys. I know Kent quite well.
The Concussion roller derby, they've been coming up in the ranks this past year. Usually see these guys, this team skate. Never with a full roster, so it's very exciting to see them out here with a full roster.
The audacity.
Yeah. They've been saving up, resting their players to bring them on this fantastic journey. Number 16, Juke, who is currently your lead jammer. Juke is an aged-out junior, so brings all the junior love.
Aged up juniors, right, listen, legitimately, they could take over the world if they wanted to. Duke on a... currently 16 points on the jam. Skate Winslet re-entering at the back, takes the start off. We've got the pivot for the Concussion being called for a multiplayer, so that leaves a little bit of wiggle room for Skate Winslet, who is now at the front of the pack.
Oh, and a little bit of a blow to the pack here for Concussion. Tommy Gunn being called on a cut track. Oh, definitely a key player within that blocking contingent.
But a massive jam there for the Concussion, 24 points. We're going to see a nice little replay here from Duke. That gorgeous outside line toe-stop work. Do you know what? I can't even do that on feet. It feels really unfair that these like young whippersnappers who've still got full motion in all of their joints, how rude, can do that.
At the same time, how long are they going to last in Derby?
That is the only thing that comforts me and gets me to sleep at night, is that one day they will suffer as I too have suffered. Speaking of suffering, in the meantime, we have the Riot wearing the star for the Concussion, and Nesta Vipers, one of the smiliest people in roller derby, skating with the star for Kent. The Riot has picked up lead. Nesta with 2 to beat, now 3 at the front. Look at that lateral coverage from the Concussion. That's just gorgeous wall work there.
Oh, nice toe-stop work there by the Riot, just running past number 50 Bullseye. Had a little bit of stumble, but was still in bounds. Nice clean work.
Oh, but some trouble for the Concussion as the Riot heads to the Cloud 7 penalty box on a track cut. So now we have a power jam in favor of Kent men's. Let's see what Nesta can do with this. Nesta's not completed a scoring pass, an initial pass yet. These really great zonal defense from the Concussion here. that's just slowing Nesta's roll. And Nesta is a fast skater, but if you can shut down his space, it becomes a lot more difficult.
Yeah, just enough of a tap there on Nesta. Takes him to the inside and loses that track position. Has to draw back behind this Concussion pack.
Yeah, great kill there from the Concussion as the Riot re-enters. Had 4, now picks up 4 on the pass. Nesta trying the inside line, comes up against 711 Fracklinator. I have a feeling I'm going to be saying their name quite a lot this game. She is all over the place and in a really good way. Not like how I'm all over the place, which is disastrous.
Ooh, and that inside middle wide open. Riot just sneaks past. Is on a tear here. 8 points so far.
The inside middle feels like a philosophical space.
It really
on the
does.
Track, right? like, what is the inside middle of the track? It is the place where Jammer dreams go to die.
I'm sort of on the inside, but I'm not totally at the line, but I'm sort of in the middle.
I mean, my default when I'm on track is I don't know where I am, but I've got wheels on my feet for some reason. Big jam again for Concussion 8, even with the power jam disadvantage. Kent Men's yet to put points on the board. I mean, I think the thing is, Kent have come into this just really delighted to be here, right? You know, we have, is it 12 teams we have at the tournament?
I think that with the exhibition now we do have 12. There's 11 seeded teams, unfortunately.
Exactly.
A team had to withdraw just a few weeks before the tournament, so...
So my point is that Kent are coming in as the bottom seed. So really, it's the definition of we're just happy to be here, right?
Exactly.
And I spoke to Brute earlier, who's one of the Kent skaters, and he was like, "Listen, if we lose to Concussion, then we get to play some really cool other teams. So that's really rad." And I think like a lot of teams in the UK, there's been a lot of building back over the last few years, and it's a really cool thing for. Like particularly teams like Kent and the Inhuman League who have done a lot of building to come to the Dome, which, as I said, is the spiritual home of roller derby in the north. We love doing big tournaments here,
and it's definitely something that I've noticed. Just watching these past few games is, even with the rebuilding, you have your homegrown teams here, so you have people who have been playing with each other, even if it's just been a few months. With the rebuild in the U.S. and a lot of men's teams having to succumb to lack of numbers. We have a lot of satellite skaters who will go to another league to play, so maybe you don't have as much time with your team on the track at practice. So that makes a huge difference when you come here.
We have a track cut going very quickly to Grimes. A forearm, sorry. Our excellent producer Coco just reminded me that there was a difference between a forearm and a track cut.
And we seem to have lost our
penalty tracker.
board.
But in the meantime, Tiggs picks up the first lead jammer status for Kent Men's.
Cutthroat Cali right there stopping Tiggs, pushing him off the track.
Yeah, Tiggs having to do a little bit of inside middle track juking there, but does complete Kent Men's first scoring pass. That will be the first points on the board for Kent Men's, the 11th seed. Grimes now re-entering track, takes a little check of speed, throws a shoulder into Hunter to complete the initial.
But Hunter clearing the way also for Tiggs.
Hunter also, as do a few of the people on Kent Men's, Hunter also plays for the WFTDA side in Kent. And having come up against her with my own team this season, I could say that she is not. I mean, she's great fun to play against, but also you really want her on your side. You really want them on your side. Sorry, I think Hunter uses they them pronouns. Gosh, and another 4 points going up for Kent, 4 for Grimes in that last jam.
Last jam in favor of Kent.
And we do have a 4-3 pack advantage to Kent Men's going into jam 6, as one of the Concussion roller derby players is in the Cloud 7 penalty box.
Starting out this jam, number 469, that is Don Juan the Devastator, going up against, again, Skate Winslet. Both of these jammers stuck behind these solid tripods. Tommy Gunn, though, takes Skate Winslet back, draws him into turn 4.
And yeah, Don Juan does pick up lead, but is on the ground.
That was a bit of a barrel roll there.
It was one of those heartbreaking moments where you get lead and then absorbed back in, but now does complete the full initial. Pack really stretched in that straightaway. Skate Winslet now completing the initial, picks up a back block and leaves Don Juan the Devastator on a power jam for the Concussion roller derby.
Oh, Don Juan on one skate.
That's just showing off. keep all 8 wheels on the ground as far as I'm concerned.
Don Juan's like, wait, I got to dance a little here out on this track.
This game, the pace of the game feels a little bit stop-starty, doesn't it? Like we saw some really fast packs earlier.
Yes.
In the first game of the day, and equally some very, kind of the Denver 15 Ronan game really varied for me between those very fast jam starts and the real nice cloggy ones. And here, I think they're just trying to find the wheels a little bit, a little bit of uncertainty maybe.
Yeah, I think, where we were seeing the fast play in the first game, a lot of the members of Race City also play on B-side, which is a USARS team, and USARS is just fast.
USARS is bonkers to me as a UK skater, because we're just like, oh, there's no stopping.
Yeah,
stopping is my favorite thing to do in roller derby.
Exactly.
In the meantime, we have Duke, that little aged up junior who still has full use of his knees, out there for lead jammer, and it looks like Skate Winslet is sitting a double penalty. Oh no indeed. Bad times for Kent men's roller derby if you've got a 60-second power jam, and some really nice one-on-one work there in the pack from the Concussion to keep those considerably skilled Kent blockers apart.
Yeah, that was beautiful work there by Austin, just holding K-Train to that inside so that Ju could just skate by untouched and grab all those points.
Nice wall work here. Both teams in full defensive shutdown. But, oh wait, no, my apologies. There is an offensive player back who is now being lost to the box. That's 1-3 photo bomb from the Concussion.
Great work here by Tommy Gunn, holding on to that tripod, just controlling it and shutting down Skate Winslet.
Rumor has it that Tommy Gunn had a night out in Amsterdam on his way over here, so if that's the case, even more impressive. Maybe I'm talking rubbish, but this is the rumors I've heard in the dome.
I would not be surprised. There was a breakdance competition at the after party in South Carolina. He introduced us to the breakdancing Ginger Jesus. It was a fantastic night.
In the meantime, we're all snarled up in this apex, and Skate Winslet, with a nice little burst of speed, completes that scoring pass finally. Oh, was it a scoring pass? Did I lie? Yep, a scoring pass. 16 points going up for Duke and Concussion. Thing is, now you've told me Duke is an aged up skater, every time I look at them I get freaked out because they've got a beard, and I'm like, but a 12-year-old shouldn't have a beard. We should actually take all the aged up juniors that are in the dome this weekend and put them on a challenge team together, because some of my favourite skate, like Double Tap from the Inhuman League, aged up junior, was the MVP at the Junior Roller Derby World Cup last summer.
Wow.
Max on Tide and Fear, who we'll see tomorrow, great aged up junior skater. All these young whippersnappers.
Yeah, they have also not skating on this roster, but I'm sure we will see later in the tournament. Showtime, also from Concussion, an aged up junior. I believe actually coaches the juniors too now. So
I think we should stop allowing the young people to skate. It makes the rest of us look bad.
I know, and my home team in Pittsburgh, our juniors, the Pittsburgh Derby Brats, this year they will have 13 juniors age out. So we've actually had
even 60. Kent men's roller derby at 12. Grimes and Tiggs on the jam line. Grimes picks up lead. A very small pack on track indeed. And the bench, or the mirror bench for Concussion, is telling them to waste some time to spring these players free from the Cloud 7 penalty box. And we're still starting with 2 in the box apiece though, so for whatever reason that jam is called.
And I'm sorry, I was incorrect. Showtime is actually on the track, but in the penalty box. So,
I mean, when it's Cloud 7 who creates fully custom roller derby uniforms and apparel, why wouldn't you want to be in the penalty box sponsored by then? I said apparel, which I've never said in my life. It's apparel. Like, why have I suddenly decided that it's the fancy drink?
I was going to say, isn't apparel a fancy beverage?
I don't even like apparel spritz. I was not there with that Instagram trend when it happened. In the meantime,
there was a barrel roll on the track from Don Juan the Devastator.
That's what happened to my verbal ability. It just fell over and rolled over. Don Juan the Devastator with a nice, careful little hip dip around the Kent blockers, who are a little bit discombobulated in this apex setup right now. Now setting up a little bit more. Number 2, 3 on the Concussion. That's Showtime. Throwing in some nice shoulder hits there.
Oh, nice attempt there by Spank Me Sideways to break up that Concussion wall. And they're trapping Frecklenator in the back, but Frecklenator able to get free and rejoin the tripod.
Some excellent lateral coverage there from the Kent men's team, who just kind of send one lateral blocker across, holds the Concussion to 8 points. And this is, you know what, this is what I love about roller derby, is that, yes, this is a fairly significant differential, but you still see really good roller derby going on track from both teams. That was the case in the last exhibition game. You know, Denver obviously with a huge differential, but still insanely good vibes.
Oh, absolutely.
Very good roller derby. We have 1-6 Duke. I swear, has Duke left the track? does he even take a seat?
He just disappears and reappears.
Here's Kent going to work with some nice grindy tripod work. Concussion responding in kind. Now we're speeding up, coming into turn 1, and Duke finds the outside line for lead jammer. Nesta Vipers resetting behind a very flexy tripod. I like this trend we're seeing in derby now, where the tripods aren't fully locked down when they're static. They're very much about pushing a player out to get that bigger coverage, and it works really well if executed correctly.
It's a much more controlled version of the old cannonball, where you just yeeted your blocker. Now
the sacrificial blocker.
Now you're just kind of controlling them and with actual intention forcing them.
Intention?
Yes.
In roller derby? Nonsense. Nice lockdown here by Kent men's on Duke.
And Duke taking advantage of number 811 Hardest Kales going down.
Yeah, Duke's really good on that outside line at the apex. So I think if Kent can manage to shut him down there, they might have an answer. Hardest Kales going, do you know what? You got past me last time. That ain't happening this time. Brute comes in to act as a 4th defensive brick in that wall.
And Frecklenator coming up, breaking that tripod. Just keep picking away, taking out blocker by blocker. And Duke one step around, still being met.
Some great pack work there from Kent, really stretching out into the limits of that engagement zone. Now dropping back for an offensive switch. Star passed to Hardest Kales in the dying seconds of that jam, but no time to make good on it. Do you know what? I love playing roller derby, but on days like this, I'm quite glad that I'm doing the sitting down talking, because that looks hard, man. That looks tough.
Yes, I think I've been retired for 7 years.
No one retires from roller derby, thank you.
From skating roller derby. Clearly, I have traveled across the pond for roller derby. But all of this, every time I watch a tournament, by the end of the tournament, I feel like I'm as sore as those skaters. Because
And
I
do you know
remember what it feels like.
But do you know what? Skaters absolutely love it when you tell them that as well. When they go, "Oh, I was tired just watching you." They love it. They absolutely don't get annoyed with it at all. And in fact, we should all tell them more often.
Yes.
When we've been sitting watching, we go, "Oh, do you know what? I'm feeling really tired too." They love it. That Coco just like you just had Coco, our wonderful producer, just snorted at me in the background. I'm not wrong though, Coco. They really appreciate it when as announcers. Coco's just said I get more tired announcing than I do skating. You heard it here, folks. Yep. Announcing is officially the hardest thing to do in roller derby. Really, it should be more about us. Like,
all about us.
Where's the warm-ups and the cool-downs for announcers? My warm-up was a 4:30 a.m. start today, actually. So, no, but in all seriousness, we have the utmost respect for our skaters, especially skating in a 3-day tournament. And, of course, for our skating officials, I'm just going to run through our skating and non-skating officials for you real quick for this game. We have X-Ray Ted, we have Al Pignatti, India Pale Al, Minerva McGonigal, Dorian Gray, Gasoline, Sticks and Sona, No Wheels, Booker DeWitt, Eli Mary, Taro, Darth Bling, Nope, Kira Duncan, Will Hudson, Knockham, Homer You Didn't, and Ruins. What's occurring on track, Pinky?
So the Riot out quickly as your lead jammer, but just as I call that, being called off on a penalty. Looks like that was a back block.
Bad times. Mm-hmm. Let's see if Kent can make good on the power jam opportunity this time. They struggled a little bit to make it stick the last time around. Tiggs with some nice patience. Oh, big hit there from 5-0. Hot Fuzz. Amazingly, Tiggs manages to stay upright. Picks up 4. I think this is the first time that Kent have outscored the Concussion in a jam so far. Could it be happening?
We shall see. I mean, we've got...
It's a 2-minute jam, right? Because
it is, because
the Riot had lead.
Riot was lead, suffered that penalty, went to the penalty box. But it looks like the penalty box is now free. The Riot released as well as Loose Wheel. Loose Wheel back out there.
And the Riot entering now on a second scoring pass. So
nice little hop there by the Riot past number 17 Tiggs. So passes the jammer.
Interesting that the walls are setting up with quite a lot of space between them, and obviously you can't coach from the mic and they're not listening to me anyway, but I really wish Kent would roll back and clog that space and not have this kind of 10-foot 15-foot for the Riot to play with, because he's a powerful boy. Look,
absolutely,
he can push you up if you give him space to do so.
And twice I looked at that pack going, are they in the penalty box? Where are the Kent players? Oh no, they're all on the track. They're just spaced out. They're letting them get 2 caught in the front, 2 caught in the back, and all of Concussion in the middle. Don't do that. Don't do that. Swarm one of them.
I'll go tell Brute at half-time. He'll be delighted to have our feedback. So 14 points for Concussion, take them 2 away from the century. A big jam for Kent though, 8 points, taking them up to 20. And we've got Hunter wearing the star for the first time this game. Hunter is a proper triple threat. They are a really cracking skater, whatever position they find themselves in. And they do escape for their initial pass pretty quick, although Grimes is lead jammer. Did Grimes just cut 2 of their team? I would review that. Maybe I'm wrong.
I have to say, this track is very hard to watch.
So I was going to say, I do feel the need to apologize to all the Americans.
Yeah.
Because this is how we roll in the UK, right? The sports halls we inhabit are the homes of many sports. Yes. Some of the other I don't even know how many sports we do in these halls. It is a very lucky thing when we have a track painted down there. Yeah. Would we ever find a venue in the UK that is just for roller derby? Heck no. I mean, I think for a while, so Rainy City for a while had their own venue and then they lost it. I think at that point that was the only derby specific venue in the UK. So yeah, we have to have tracks that hurt your eyes.
Yes.
It's part of the fun, Pinky. Get into it.
It is. I just have to remember it's the black and yellow. Black and yellow, black and yellow.
Don Juan the Devastator is lead. Nesta nearly makes out, has one to beat. Yes, Nesta.
Oh, Don Juan.
Do you know what? Don Juan is doing a great job of checking the track for us today, and I respect him. Because, listen, as somebody who also spends a lot of time on the floor, it doesn't mean you're not good at roller derby, my friend. He is doing superbly well. Yes. Coco also spends a lot of time on the floor, apparently. Listen, we do it for the crowds. We're very selfless people, me and Coco. We're there for the entertainment. We're there to make the people feel related, that we're relatable. If we can do it, anyone can, absolutely. Have you seen me on feet? It's worse on skates.
So it looks like we're going to get an official timeout. Our official timeout sponsored by the Cleveland Guardians. I actually am the broadcast announcer for the Cleveland Guardians. So, a fun fact, the Cleveland Guardians skater number 0, was awarded the first this year.
Wait, it's not me.
You never know.
The person who shows up for their first MRDA event this season, and it's not me. Well, that's rude.
I still have not been told who the winners of the awards are.
Isn't that the whole point of you being head announcer, is that you get the goss before the rest of us? What's the
I
point
will
of
eventually get the goss, but
okay,
I know one thing that I
come straight to me.
Supposed to know yet. But
oh. This is the thing, people tell announcers stuff, which is really daft.
Yeah.
It's really daft because we're the biggest bunch of gobs.
Yep.
Right? You should know this. Don't tell us your secrets. We will spill them.
Yeah.
Sometimes with a mic in front of us.
I've accidentally leaked teams that have been selected for tournaments that I didn't know I wasn't supposed to say. And I get tapped and go,
I mean, the
sorry.
thing is, once it's on the internet, you can't help it. So you might as well just own it, man. Like, I'm not going to tell any secrets on the mic at the moment because right now, we'll see what we're like by Sunday 4 p.m. Right? I might have been worn down. I say this like I've got the most dramatic gossip in roller derby right now. Like, I don't know what's going on. Oh well, I know what's going on right now. We're in an official timeout. What else do we have to say? Should we talk about our trackside seating sponsor? Because we've got a lovely shot of our trackside seating right now. And our trackside seating is sponsored this year by Teesside Skate Invaders. And we want to just give a big shout out to Mike, Swiss Army Mike. He founded Teesside Skate Invaders in 2012. His wife skated for Middlesbrough Roller Derby. Now, Middlesbrough are like one of the most well-established teams in the UK, like have been just amazing over the years. Like, again, lost a little bit over COVID, but such a part of the history of roller derby in UK. And Mike used to coach them, and he enjoyed coaching them, so he started his own team, which is like the biggest one-up in a marriage I think you could get. Oh, you've got a roller derby team? Cool, I'm going to start my own. I'm sure it was done in a very loving, romantic way, but I've just made it sound dramatic. So we thank you so much, Teesside Skate Invaders. Some of whom are here this weekend. Sparky. Oh, I love Sparky. I'm going to be, if I announce Time and Fear tomorrow, I am going to be very excited when Sparky skates, because I just love him. He's just a babe. So he's former Teesside Skate Invader, and Lord Jack Skatington on New World Order, also former Teesside. Coco, you bring us news from the middle of the track. So the gossip. I'm calling this gossip. Well, actually, it's really not gossip. It is rule enforcement. But essentially, one of the Concussion roller derby skaters. I can't see their number right now.
I think it was Frecklenator.
It is Frecklenator. Oh, I jinxed it. Yeah. I'm going to have to apologize to her later. So Frecklenator has unfortunately been expelled from the game. When she entered the Cloud 7 penalty box, the chair hit an NSO. Now, we love our NSOs.
Yes, we do.
We love them even more than the announcers, apparently, which is huge if true. But you're not allowed to do that, even if you don't mean to. It is against the rules. So unfortunately, she has been removed from the game, and she has been replaced in the box by number 60, Loose Wheel. So that means we are back to Derby. The Concussion are one light on track. And nice work by Skate Winslet, who has been called lead, but is stuck behind a really gorgeous two-ball.
My goodness.
That is some nice work there from the Concussion. Skate Winslet in the sad place of having lead but having to reset. Duke with some obnoxiously cool spins on the outside line completes his initial pass. Skate Winslet now out. Both jammers in scoring position. But Skate Winslet goes, no, I'm in charge of this jam, and you will listen to me when I tap my hips emphatically multiple times. Second lead of the game for Kent Men's Roller Derby, and we're going into Jam 16. So you can, that's pretty reflected in the scoreline. I have to say though, my favourite games to announce are when the scoreline is really different, but the jam lead percentage does not reflect that.
Right. When it's back and forth, for sure.
Or when it's lower, I'm super into that. I love a dramatic statistical game. Oh, we're in official review territory, which means our lovely producer Coco is going to pop into the middle of the track.
And this official review is brought to you by Filet Official. Filet Official.
Oh, I've just got that. No. I'm mortally embarrassed that I've read that in my head about 5 times, and I've just got it. That is phenomenally good. I take my hat off to you, Filet Official. That's so funny.
Filet Official, fantastic official from Pittsburgh Roller Derby, my hometown, Pittsburgh, PA. Filet Official actually crowdsourced the money to sponsor the Filet official review.
Please say Filet Official.
Filet Official review.
I can't get over it.
The members of the Derby community helped Filet make this a reality. She'd like to thank all of her friends who pitched in for helping her to help the MRDA. And Filet Official does have a bucket list of coming over and officiating at some UK events. I think Five Nations is one of the things that's on Filet's bucket list. So.
I mean, as somebody who goes to Five Nations every year, I was deputy head announcer there this year. It is an absolute vibe. I mean, and it's in Stoke-on-Trent, which is one of the important parts of England's history. There's a lot of pottery up in Stoke-on-Trent, and the people in Stoke could not be friendlier. Once you get north of London, the people get friendlier.
They do.
Which I'm a southerner, and I will happily say that. Look, we're not bad down south. The north's just better. It's why we come here for roller derby, because the it's just better. It's just better. Like, I think the sesh is better, everything's better. Oh, Coco, what's happened? You're going to talk to me, the people aren't going to hear you, and then I'm going to relay it.
So we are back to the action. The Riot jamming for Concussion, quickly getting lead jammer with Tiggs still stuck in that pack, has to get around Loose Wheel. Loose Wheel and Tiggs both go down. But a quick reset back up on the track. Tiggs makes that initial pass.
So I bring you news of the official review. So the Concussion were looking for a cut track penalty to be issued to Skate Winslet in the last jam. The skating officials determined that the cut had been effectively ceded, so the Concussion do not retain their review for this half. But with only 5.5 minutes left in this half, you might as well lose it.
Yep.
Lose it or use it. Wait, the other way round. Listen, I've been up since 4:30, people of the Roller Derby Internet. You cannot hold me accountable for anything that I do or do not say on this microphone. Pinky can, that's her job. But none of you, only Judy and Pinky can judge me, right? Okay, Pinky's just lost her little mind, so I might have to be solo announcing for the next 5.5 minutes. I think I've killed my head announcer. That wasn't even my best joke.
No,
you just wait till later. The second half is where I really get going.
And I don't have much of a laugh left because I barely have a voice. My voice is fine. This is good. This has come back since I've been here. So
yeah, you arrived in England and immediately got a sore throat, and we're messaging the announcers going, what do I do in England to not be ill? And we were just like, I don't know, we're just perpetually ill as a nation. I mean, spiritually and physically, so.
I found several street vendors where I could have hot toddies and spiced ciders. So yeah,
That's what tourists do in the Christmas markets, Pinky. I hope you know that you are a complete stereotype.
Exactly. I'm fine with that.
I love that.
Even though I was with an American who's lived here for 7 years, so.
They have to live here for 10 before we truly accept them.
I believe she's getting her citizenship this year. She was like, I'm getting my citizenship so I can leave this country.
Nobody ran that past me. The gatekeeper of British citizenship. We have got a lot of trouble for the concussion roller derby. The riot sitting in the box for a track cut, which must have happened near the end of Jam 16, and I didn't see it. I'm observant. Nesta Vipers taken to the outside by Tommy Gunn, and yeah, that was an interesting direction for a penalty to happen in.
Yeah.
That's what I said. Not a ref, just have opinions about roller derby. It probably was completely legal. I'm just a nightmare of a person. Anyway, the riot is now out of the box. Nesta not leads. Now the riot is leads, and Nesta
being called on a penalty.
Nesta is heading to the box. So that was one of those fun little things that happens in roller derby where you come out the box and you get lead and you feel like the most smug human alive. Captain Obvious, the mirror bench for the concussion roller derby, is, if I was standing closer to him, I'd probably be getting concussion myself, because I've never seen such emphatic arm gestures.
From Captain Obvious.
Stay out of that lane. Oh, and we're in a timeout for the concussion roller derby. And incidentally, our timeout sponsors are the Cleveland Guardians. They are named, this is actually a very good fact, like respect to the Guardians for giving us this fact. They're named after the Guardians of Transportation, 4 13-meter statues which line a bridge in downtown Cleveland and each hold a different type of vehicle. That's actually a really good fact.
It's really cool.
Like, I skate for London Roller Derby and we're named after the city we skate in. Yeah. Which is great. I mean, don't get me wrong.
Typically, yes.
Our team names are very cool, but our league name is very obvious, which is fine. The Guardians are here.
There are.
So I'm just checking who's here at this tournament.
We have Zero from the Guardians, Ruins, and we also have Will Hudson from the Guardians, all here.
Ruins, but we don't have the Guardians.
We don't have them
as a team.
No, they are not. They're at the bottom of the rankings currently, but they are working very hard.
Which is unusual, because in the past they have been pretty... No, I'm getting this wrong. I am. I'm getting them mixed up for some reason. Right, again, been up since 4:30, getting them mixed up with the gatekeepers.
Yes, no, the gatekeepers.
They're also green, in my defense.
Yes. Gatekeepers are green and black. Guardians are blue and green.
This is why you're head announcer this weekend, because you know the facts and I'm just here for the vibes.
I just know that.
Oh, sorry, that crackle was me feeling that hit on Trev from Grimes, who took absolutely no prisoners there. But Trev is a tough cookie, gets back up, holds her wall together.
Oh, a nice little just dance around number 14, Bezraki, for those additional 4 points for Grimes. And now we see Nesta Vipers released from the penalty box, but not well. It's another 4 points for concussion and a call-off.
3 minutes to go in the half, and after this we have, let me check for you real quick, we have Manchester Roller Derby New World Order.
We're getting a nice replay here of that last second points scores there by concussion.
And a nice little close-up of our jam line with Don Juan, the Devastator, and Skate wins it. Don Juan put something in his Weetabix earlier, because he is super fast out of the gate for Leeds. In the meantime, we still have Skate Winslet trapped in the pack. Tries to hop the apex, but unfortunately does so in the inner bit of the track, which apparently you're not allowed to do. Huge if true.
Don Juan had a little bit of a dip under there, and a nice little glide using his arms to tell him where he needed to go out of that pack.
And Kent men's lose a blocker to the box in the dying seconds of that jam. 4 on the jam for Concussion at the moment. Now 8 as those points are confirmed. Something I've always wondered, right? Do you think people who like jam roughing were the kids who were really good at maths in primary school and really liked sticking their fingers up going, the answer's 4, miss? Well, like, or, because, but the thing is, the reason I wonder this is because I've started doing a little bit of jam roughing and I'm quite enjoying it, but I was not that kid in school because I suck at maths. But I just wonder if they just get a little throwback every time. They're like, I'm counting.
I get
no.
to point and count.
Oh no, we've got a track cut going to Tiggs, so it's another power jam for Duke, which seems unfair, right? Because I don't think he needs it.
But he likes it.
I think the ref should have the power to rescind a penalty if they think, nah, the jammer doesn't need it. Just for the fun. But then this is why I'm not a ref, unbelievably.
Then I'd never get a penalty.
They would too get penalties, Coco. If you wouldn't, no, because you're a delight. Me personally, I've never done a penalty in my life, so I don't even know what it feels like.
Never. Oh, a nice little step around there, and Duke calls that off and calls it off with flair.
Spicy vibes. Who is standing out for you? Because I feel like we've been talking a lot about the jammers because now the pace has really picked up. And I think Concussion are hitting their stride a lot more confidently. Maybe the loss of Frecklenator. That sometimes spurs a team when you lose a really like key player and they go, all right lads, let's play roller derby like really classically really well, see how we go. But I don't know, I feel like who was it on? I think K-Train for Kent has been doing a great job.
Yes, agreed. K-Train, I've been seeing K-Train do a lot of amazing things out there.
But I've also really appreciated Cutthroat Callie on the Concussion. Just really, really dynamic in the wall. Very, very good eyes.
I believe Cutthroat Callie is the captain of Concussion.
Some nice, like, flat lateral wall coverage here from the Concussion, but Nesta now completes his initial pass. Go on, Nesta. Go on. The Riot just howling through. And he looks really happy as he comes round as that jam comes to a conclusion, and so indeed does the first half. Score stands at 149 for the Concussion Roller Derby, our 6th seed in this tournament. 27 hard-fought points for Kent Men's Roller Derby. So we will take a short intermission. Please do at home stretch your legs, stretch your ankles so that you don't have to glare at yourself like my personal trainer did to me the other day, because it was, yeah, it was not good. So we will see you back here in about 14 minutes.
Wow. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm feeling high when I'm low, 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 low.
Hel- Hello? I don't think that was 14 minutes. Time in the dome marches inexorably forwards. We're fairly sure that somebody changed time, either by pulling a wire out or by manipulating space. But the good news is, both my headphones just came back. I had one ear and I was like, I'll live with this. It's fine. I'm not going to create a fuss, even though it was the most annoying thing that's ever happened to me. And now I can hear my sound in both ears. So just to give you a little bit of update on some penalties, because like I said
now
before,
we finally have it back.
But also as somebody who, as I said before, has never done a penalty, would never even think of such a thing. Yeah, so
I've never fouled out of a game ever in my existence.
actually I did that last season in quite a satisfying way, in that I fouled out of both the first games and the last games. But, and I stand by this, I will die on this hill, it was worth it. Like, I made an impact with those 7 penalties that I did not do.
Never did them.
I am very much in favour of doing a penalty if it gets your jammer out, and for legal reasons, that is a joke, but
There are penalties that are 1,000% worth it. You know,
But the thing is, what's weird about looking at the penalty board, and maybe this is wrong, I don't know, I'm going to just trust the system and assume it's right, is that it feels like it's been a really penalty-heavy game.
yes.
But actually, looking at the board, we have 3 from Concussion on 3. Frackalnator, Godlover, was on 4. Well, got 4, but the 4th one fouled her out because it was upgraded to egregious.
Yes.
On Kent, we only have 1 person on 3. We have 2 on 2, and we have, that is satisfying, 4 on 1.
Yep.
And so, yeah, Concussion, 3 on 3, 2 on 2, and again, 4 on 1. So it's a really even spread, or it feels like it.
I feel like it felt like it was penalty heavy because they were all happening at the same time.
Sure,
we saw
they wanted
3
to keep
people
their
in the box.
friends
Yep.
company, which is so nice.
Yeah. I mean, it's chilly over there in the Cloud 7 penalty box, so you gotta go in, give each other a little cuddle.
It's because it's cloudy, Pinky.
It's cloudy here in Newcastle.
So we have Tiggs and the Riot jammers of Jam 1 in the second half.
Oh, and the Riot right up that inside line to pick up lead for Concussion.
I wonder if that's what his friends call him. You know how like derby names become interchangeable with names? I wonder if people go, hey, the Riot, do you want to come out tonight? Or if they just call him Riot. These are the things I want to know.
It's actually his last name.
The Riot.
It's
Like a fancy English name when it's like a French name when it's like
yes,
Le Fleur.
It's like Thoreau, I think is actually how it's pronounced, because I believe he's originally from New Orleans, so it's Theiro, Thoreau, but it's break it apart and it's the Riot.
I see. So
I just gave his government name on.
So you're telling me that some people have a rationale behind their derby names and they're not just very silly?
Possibly, let's
fake to
find a
me.
way to make things silly.
Nesta Vipers, but Grimes picks up lead for the Concussion. Nesta Vipers with 1 to be at the front. 5-0 bullseye, throws in some offense for him, but 6-0 loose wheel, making it real tricky. And 9-7, Austin goes a nope. Back you go to turn 2, my friend.
That was some great work there by the Concussion. That pack was really spread out. Kent was bridging it, allowing it to happen instead of either stepping forward and causing the pack separation. You know, you don't want to step back because then you're destroying the pack.
So in the meantime, though, Grimes has picked up a forearm, so that means that we have a power jam for Nesta Vipers, and it is a full 2 minutes. And I appreciate what you're saying about the pack, but I think this is this is the kind of deciding factor in games like this, where you are maybe, you have good pack knowledge, but you might not be as used to playing at this high speed and manipulating the pack in that way. And I say that as somebody who notoriously has no idea what a pack is. And I've been in Derby for 8 years. I know it's something to do with the skaters and the groups, but as for manipulating it, please, I have things to do.
You know, I always forget that there's those little hashes on the track that tell me every 10 feet how far I'm allowed to go.
Listen,
I just keep going. I just keep going.
10 foot is just a concept, okay? All math is made up. In the meantime, Grimes entering in, and we've got this lovely kind of articulated 3-wall from Kent, although as I say that, we do lose a Kent blocker to the Cloud 7 penalty box. Nesta Vipers in this great messy tripod from Concussion. This is where we're starting to see a real innovation in roller derby right now, I think, is the shape of these tripods, where you're having somebody face backwards and some people face forward. They're operating at these angles. It's giving impressionist art. It's giving, not impressionist art. You know the other one with all the, impressionism is soft. What's the one with the hard edges? We're trying to work it. Listen, good people, I'm not here because of my art history knowledge.
I am not.
But you all understand what I mean. Abstract. Cubism. Thank you. The walls are cubist, not impressionist. People, please don't fire me because I have a weird way of announcing. I love this sport. I love talking about it in all kinds of kooky ways. I love what Don Juan is doing in the front of this pack right now, moving these blockers apart, getting his offense perfectly timed on that inside line.
Tommy Gunn really sat and thought about that. He waited a little while. You know, Kent was also focused on Don Juan, and Tommy just came in, swooped on that inside, cleared it out, and let Don Juan the Devastator out.
Is Tommy the thinking type? Usually, is he a sitting and thinking, or is he a doing and moving? I respect either vibe.
I don't know. I think
he's standing and thinking there right now.
He is. I think he's a thinker. You know, once you see him out on the dance floor, maybe not. You think he's, he acts upon. And
did Amsterdam call you? Did they warn us? And we are having a penalty whistled on 1-3 photo bomb from the Concussion. A forearms penalty. And a cut track being issued. Oh, the lesser seen cut track on a blocker going to Beskidrock of Kent men. So we are going to have a micro pack. And a power start against Kent. What happened there? What penalty who was it? Skate Winslet. What? 1912.
Looks like it was a cut track.
Classic. I love it when a blocker gets a cut track, because it's like, ooh, it's so rare. It's exotic almost. When a jammer gets it, I'm just like, again.
And Juke just has that eye, sees that there's a Juke-sized space right on that inside line.
And Juke having a great game. Like, watch me as I jinx, but has played clean so far. None of this cut track nonsense for him.
No, Juke has that great one-footed. You just saw him going around the track, got lifted up that inside leg, kind of just dangled it over the line, stayed inbounds. And another little dip there underneath Kent for another big 4 points.
And this is where I think Kent have been struggling a bit more this game, is they're getting broken apart. And actually they've had some really nice wall work, but when they're broken apart, these Concussion jammers just take it as a slalom, right?
Yep.
They'll just pick you off one by one. But the thing is, what I know about Kent is they will watch this footage back, and they will take it away, they will analyze it, and they will use it to drill in some some new moves and new muscle memory, and it will strengthen them. And that's what that's what these big tournaments are all about, especially coming in as the lower seed. You're coming in for experience and for things to work on, right?
And it's probably, most of these teams have never played each other before, since we had that lovely little time off with a global pandemic. So, we haven't had a lot of international play.
And we have Trickster wearing the star for the first time this game for the Concussion. And that means, Tiggs does pick up lead status for Kent. Coco, can you tell us who's had the leads for Kent? Because I feel like it has been Tiggs when it's been happening.
And just as Coco's telling us that, Trickster being sent to the penalty box on a forearm penalty. So Tiggs has a power jam now.
So it's been, even between Tiggs and Skate Winslet. Not great luck for Trickster with that forearm on her first jam out. And Tiggs choosing to ice Trickster. Smart call there by Demolition, the Kent bench.
That replay there.
Yeah, because if you're getting lead against a jammer and then they go to the box, it is in your favor to ice them there, right? Kent sending Hunter to the line. Now this could be interesting. Like, we've had Hunter out for one jam, they didn't get lead, but they are a really skilled and very tenacious skater, so quite a smart choice potentially. But Trickster out of the box real quick.
It was almost like that was a passive offense there. It almost was a line against the line, and Trickster just used that, ran straight up and out of the penalty box to pick up lead.
Yeah, so she is now on a scoring pass. Hunter still working on their initial.
Trickster being trapped behind Concussion. Nice movement there.
Don't you mean Hunter being trapped behind?
I did mean Hunter. No. Trickster. Yeah, Trickster's on Concussion. Doesn't want to get trapped by Concussion.
We've all blocked our own jammers in our time.
We have.
It's a rite of passage. Sometimes we're trying to be helpful, okay? And in the meantime, Trickster is on a third scoring run. Nice one-on-one blocking there from Beskidrock at the front of the pack for Kent.
Showtime now going to lead the charge here. Tossing Hunter in and out. Nice little cannonball there from Austin into Hunter. Takes a little step to the infield, gets drawn back, and is now behind Austin.
Do you know what this jam makes me realise and be really glad about? I was going to mention it earlier and then something dramatic happened. We were talking about the rebuilding of teams, and definitely in the UK we've seen a lot more people from the WFTDA side become dual chartered with the MRDA leagues near them.
Yes.
And I'm pretty sure listen, I'm not saying this with confidence because I don't know everybody's gender identity in the tournament, but I'm pretty confident that on every single team this weekend there is at least one non-cis man skating, and I think that's really rad. I'm obsessed with it. And listen, MRDA has a little bit of a checkered history in some ways, and I think actually the openness of that gender policy has done a lot of good, and it's done the sport a lot of good. And I will get on my soapbox about this. I think it's great for the sport when people of all genders can play on the same track together. I'm going to shut up and talk about roller derby now. I just had to get real emotional about that just quick. The Riots lead. Nesta's in the box. Naughty Nesta. Track with a track cut. He'll still be smiling though. That's what he does.
I will say that the dual charter situation also was, as COVID was, happening and lockdown was in its stages of reopening, the MRDA policy was, shall we say, better than the WFTDA's policy. So
I'm not here to be political, Pinky.
And it was more open, and we had some really smart people in the MRDA who were in the medical field and knew their state's policies and were able to start returning to practice, and we are going to get a replay of Nesta on that inside line
Yes,
against Tommy Gunn.
Nesta. What a sleigh.
But because WFTA was so tight in their policies, a lot of skaters went, I want to skate, I want to get back, I want to feel wheels under my feet, and the MRDA does have an open gender policy. I'm going to go and I'm going to see what this is all about. And a lot of them either have not gone back to WFTDA or have chosen to dual charter. So, and we're seeing more and more of that.
Listen, I just think any world in which more skating can happen is a good one. Speaking of which, Grimes with just really patient juking there, like a really quiet, measured juke to the inside, picks up lead for Concussion roller derby. Tiggs still in the pack, 3 to beat. That is a vicious wall of the Concussion skaters there. That is not looking like a fun place to be for Tiggs, who resets a little bit. Trev goes in, throws up some offense for Tiggs, who's just checking his speed a bit.
Ooh, and nice work there by Hot Fuzz. Just a little bit of a stutter step to push Tiggs into the infield.
Hot Fuzz's line work this game, like their ability to hold those inside and outside lines have just been exceptional. And it is that quiet blocking that perhaps we don't always notice, but they've just always filled those gaps really well.
Yeah, it's that underrated player. You know you can rely on Hot Fuzz in your pack, even though it's not necessarily laying out the devastating hits, but the key hits that get that jammer off the track, loses their position, allows your jammer to advance, get those points.
Nice shielding work there by Chris Austin, with the pack just doing a little roll around the track now, going, come on guys, we've got to get our steps in today in the dome. We're going to play some USARs if that's what we want to do. No, don't do it, guys.
Slow it down.
Listen, if I don't hear squeaky dolphin wheels on track, I'm not happy. So a big jam there for the Concussion, 15 points, but 2 picked up by Tiggs in the dying seconds of that jam, taking Kentman's total to 36. Concussion at 226 with just over a quarter of the game clock left to go.
I'm going to ask our producer, Coco, have we had any star passes from Kent?
No, we haven't.
I think that Kent, while they're doing a great job, should maybe want to utilize a star pass.
It's one of, I don't know, I feel it's probably one of those I think it's probably a combination of two things, and we'd have to watch back the footage. I think either the pivots are being very much drawn into the blocking because the Concussion jammers are really strong and they need to prioritize that, or they have had a discussion at the start and they're just like, we're just going to let the jammers jam, we're going to let them test out their jamming abilities against this team. Coco is tapping me emphatically on the shoulder, which means they have something to tell me.
And just while we're
the universal signal,
we are in a Filet official review.
Stop saying, I can't every time you say it. I'm just delighted.
Yay, that's what Filet wanted. Filet wanted it to be
possibly my favourite derby pun I've heard this year, and I've announced a lot of derby this year, and that is, it's so good. I want to shake her by the hand. So I think also, like, you do have some really specialized, like, I've known Ken, I've watched Ken for a long time. The people jamming in Ken have been jamming a long time, right? They're not having to pull people up into the rotation who are less experienced. But I think also by that same token, you've probably got people on Ken who really just want to block.
Yeah, for sure.
And I'm definitely the kind of person who, if I pivot, I'm like, you give me that star, and I swear to God, our friendship is over.
I am also that person. I, at one point, was put in the pivot position, and I said, okay, I guess I want to sort of learn to jam a little bit in case I need to take that star pass, but don't ever give me that star. I don't want to.
And we lose Brute to the Cloud 7 penalty box, and another blocker, and Tiggs is in there. Oh, Tiggs just released. We got so excited talking about star passes, we didn't notice that Tiggs was in there. Tiggs was in there for a penalty that's marked E. Remind me what that is. I think it was E. Is E. This is where I go head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Is it one of those? One of those?
Okay. Haha.
Look, I would say we're professionals, but the only salary is joy, right? So don't judge me for not knowing everything.
E is a
It's a leg block. Oh, no, that is the lesser spotted jammer penalty. And actually, I remember where that happened. It happened in turn 2 when I think Tiggs jumped and took out somebody, I think. Anyway, Tiggs is off track now. So we have Nesta Vipers and Duke. No lead yet established. As I say that, Duke takes the outside line as he is wont to do.
Yes. When you're young and agile, you take the hardest route possible as a jammer.
I mean, it's fine. He flew into his own player, friendly fire.
Exactly. If that would have been a Kent men's roller derby skater, that would have been a penalty.
That would have been bad times. Nesta Vipers clears the pack, gets around Loose Wheel, and Duke gets around Brute and calls it. It doesn't look like he's even broken a sweat. Do people under 25 even have sweat glands? Have they been fully developed? I'm only 35, I'm not like 1 foot in the grave or anything, but really, like, the thought of playing roller derby as a young person, I'm like, what must that be like to be able to do everything with your body and have no fear?
Exactly. I always think about that too, because I am a derby dinosaur. I started in 2006.
Oh my God, were there knee starts?
That was even before knee starts.
No.
We had 2 whistles. We started at the pivot line, and then
Tell me the stories of your grandma.
Oh yes, the furthest most blocker had to cross the pivot line before the second whistle would blow, and you could have the jammer release. We had major and minor penalties.
This sounds too complicated. Like, roller derby right now is complicated enough. Like, I've only been in derby since 2016. I love this idea of these old rules, but also it sounds like too much.
No, it was crazy. I appreciate the days of,
Do you know what I do miss? And I was only in it briefly. I miss jammer lap points. I'm going to say it because when you see a jammer ref holding up 4 fingers and a thumb, they look so damn happy. And now you see refs physically going, don't put the thumb up, don't put the thumb up. Because it's hard. It's hard.
Yeah, that quote-unquote ghost point was always, that was the decider of so many games, was that ghost point. Oh, yeah. I remember when, I think it was Charm City who really discovered that loophole and started the knee starts, and then it became the scrum start, and that's all anybody ever did. And then we just changed the rules. Went, okay, let's make this one whistle. That's fine. It's like, I forget which championship it was. I'm pretty sure it was Philly and Gotham, and it was the jam that never happened because they just were in front of that line and never released, and the whole 2 minutes was them standing in front of that line.
That sounds really dull.
It was the fans were very angry.
I tell you though, my favorite thing that happened at Five Nations playoffs recently, my friend Charlie, who incidentally is so Charlie plays for the WFTDA Kent side, and Charlie got a track cut penalty as a jammer because as the jam started, like, she was already over the jam line because she'd taken a run up because she was so excited to jam, and she went over the jam line a good 2 seconds before the whistle because she forgot which one the jam line was. And I was like, this is the most delightful thing that's ever happened. Like, a penalty out of enthusiasm. Come on.
So our lovely producer Coco has let us know that Trixta has had the highest jam of the game so far.
What a flex. What a flex to come out for like 3 jams and get your highest jam. Oh, we've got a star pass for the first ever time. And that's gone off to Tommy Gunn on the concussion side. So Skate Winslet leads. That is so cool that we conjured it with our words.
And that was some sweet maneuvering there by Tommy Gunn, just getting sideways and dancing on those toe stops to get out of the pack for those 4 points.
really nice crushing defense here. Oh, from the Concussion. Tommy attempts the straight apex leap, doesn't quite land it. And Skate Winslet picks up a track cut. I think they thought that the blocker who had hit them out had gone out as well, but no such luck.
And that again would be one of those opinions that I have. It's just opinion. I'm not a ref, but I'm pretty sure the skater that took Trixta down went down and was on the ground. So.
I mean, the bench coach for Kent is very experienced, so if she thinks she can review it, she will. Yeah. But in the meantime, we have Tommy Gunn on on a real run for Concussion Roller Derby, having received the star. And isn't that your worst nightmare as like a reluctant pivot to take the star and then be told you've got to do it for 2 minutes?
Yeah, no, that's the worst. Absolutely the worst. I mean, but that kind of comes with the territory. It's usually getting passed off to you because all else it's just not going to happen, and they can't keep doing it anymore, and it's a 2-minute jam. So
we've got a track cut going to Skate Winslet again, who re-entered track. No, we've got a track cut.
Yeah.
And they've just that was confusing because somebody was it the blocker, not Skate Winslet? It was. Sorry, Coco. They re-entered track from the penalty box, but immediately got given I think an illegal procedure. They entered in the middle of the pack. Yeah, so that would be a track cut though, wouldn't it? No? Illegal entry. Listen, there's so many reasons I'm not a ref.
Yeah.
That was Concussion's biggest jam though.
It was
24 points.
And we're looking at penalty trouble now for Skate Winslet. That's 6 penalties, 1 more penalty, and Kent will lose one of their most effective jammers out there. So,
so this is what I just want clarity on. Sorry if I'm being dumb.
That's okay.
Because it looks like Skate Winslet has been given a illegal procedure penalty there. I feel.
Actually, it looks like that was a misconduct penalty.
Yeah, misconduct. So I think there was something to do with their uniform, because their blockers were gesturing very emphatically to them at their elbow. I don't know. I'll go find out from Ken afterwards. Not that that'll matter anymore. I'm just curious.
Yeah, definitely.
We have Grimes lead status for the Concussion Roller Derby. Tiggs fighting up against this tripod at the front as Grimes finds the inside of that apex for 4 points.
Oh, nice work there by number 97, Austin. I've been pretty impressed with the blocking from Austin. So
some really great shoulder hits. Mm-hmm. The line coverage and control from Concussion has been absolutely superb this game.
I think Austin is really good at resetting, being at the back, at the front, in the middle, making sure that all of those points are covered and that he's there when they need him to be.
However, bad times going on because Tiggs is heading for a track cut, but Grimes is also in the box. So Grimes is now released. We have a full 54 seconds to play. The Concussion just hanging out on that apex going, all right, lads, we're setting up our power jam offense. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you?
And I am ready. I'm ready for that inside line to be wide open.
Absolute textbook execution of a set play there from the Concussion Roller Derby. And Tiggs now released back onto track.
Almost. Just that 1 foot out there. Has to reset. Duran back.
Yeah, so remember how earlier I said, hey, we've got people, nobody's in really any penalty trouble.
No.
I'm sorry, people at the Roller Derby Internet. I jinxed it. Because we have one person on Kent on 5, one on 6. We have one person from Concussion on 5, and several on 3, one on 4.
I think that's, our unofficial job as the announcers is to curse everything. So we talk about it and
listen, it is spooky season.
It is.
Who am I if I do not invoke the witchery of my ancestors?
Lots of whistles. Nice little chat there. Nesta and the Riot probably, just giving each other props for what an amazing game, and also because they were going to both have a bit of a running start there.
I have to say, one of the things about the magic of the Dome is that the teams really do enjoy playing against each other here. Like, it's been very good vibes all round so far. I specifically requested good vibes, so I'm very pleased that they're all behaving themselves. Nice hold here from Kent at the back of the pack. Look at that. See, this is what I mean. When Kent get locked into that defensive formation, they do a great job at slowing the Jammers' rolls. And the Riot has been very naughty. Oh, they've got
a high block. That's a high block for
We're
the
getting
Riot.
the full range of penalties this game. We should play penalty bingo. Let's do that next tournament.
Yes.
Oh, Nesta. No, Nesta, go back.
So close, so close. Hanging on to the very last second and just one skate wheel out. Have to go back behind the furthest most blocker.
This is why I couldn't be a jammer, right? Because I'd be like, but I just did something cool. What do you mean I have to do it again? I'm tired.
I have to start this all over again. Oh, and I have to go one-on-one with Tricksta. No, thank you.
No, thank you. Yeah,
again, the head shake. No.
Some really superb individual blocking there from the Concussion team.
Oh, and that is impressive. Now, I heard some rumors that the Riot might be actually skating on a broken foot.
What?
So that maneuvering, the spin and staying up on the toe stops is very impressive for a person with a broken foot.
Okay, but I should point out that we do not support skating on a broken foot. Take care of yourself. Your bones are more important than roller derby.
It absolutely is.
If we get him for interview afterwards, I'm going to tell him off like a mama. He can't be skating on a broken foot, surely.
The rumor came straight from him, so.
Did he start his own rumor? What a vibe. I'm going to start doing that. Oh my God. When the tournament gossip runs dry, I'm just going to be like, wow. Did you know that actually I broke my little pinky? And I'm so brave. Oh, this is a matchup we've not seen.
Oh, no.
This is Hunter and Don Juan the Devastator. I hope everyone's having a lovely time watching us and watching the derby and listening to us. Sorry,
everyone
awake
early in the States in America.
Welcome America to the internet. And we have 6.5 minutes left in this game. Nice defensive grind here from Kent. Oh, but Don Juan just really spatially aware on that inside line. Picks up lead for the Concussion.
But that's what we were talking about with Hot Fuzz. Hot Fuzz just comes what seems like out of nowhere, spins in and takes out Hunter.
And Chris Austin once again with this really nice shoulder shunt. Very skillful to do in the correct direction. I've never personally been able to manage it.
Don Juan, the Devastator, just pushing in, trying to break that wall. Gets past General Payne.
High block going to Hot Fuzz though, and a multiplayer for Trev, so we're 3-on-3 in the pack. Oh no. Concussion in some real trouble here.
Oh geez.
But and the jam, did Don Juan call that?
He did call that off.
That is a choice.
And that I was thinking that myself too, kill some more time, get some of your blockers out of the penalty box before. But, who in a pinch to send out? It's Juke. Juke can handle it by himself.
I still remember one of the greatest moments in roller derby, in my very humble and correct opinion, was when Angel City, I can't remember who they were playing, but it was, and I can't remember who was jamming, which is a real shame because I know she's great and I do think she's excellent. I just can't remember her name, but Angel City had one blocker on track, and it was Tui Lion. And Tui held Angel City's opponent jammer until her jammer got out. So her jammer went up against 4 and got lead, and Tui held this jammer. It was just... So, you can trust your jammers, you can trust your blockers to function if you're playing a couple down, especially when you've got a significant lead, right?
Right.
but I just like to skate with my friends. I'm just like, give me more blockers, please.
All the blockers, all the time. I remember the one season where somebody decided that I should actually be a full-time jammer. And I said, this is a terrible, terrible idea, but okay.
I'm going to tell you something that's going to blow your mind. Only you can make that decision for yourself. You had a choice. This is what, so I'm a secondary school teacher, and my work husband and I, the phrase we use with the kids when they say something that they didn't want to do, we just go, that sounds like an issue, not an ish me. And that is what I say to you, Pinky, my love, that you must have had some say in this. Yes, Tiggs, yes, Tiggs, yes, Tiggs. Tiggs is one to beat.
And Tiggs gets around Cutthroat Callie.
So this is one of the first times that Duke has not been lead, and Duke is going to the Cloud 7 penalty box. Tiggs skates by untouched, which is pretty unheard of in this game. Someone's going to touch you.
Yeah. And I think we jinxed Jukes earlier on because we said Jukes had no penalties, and now
I jinxed it. I'm going to have to go personally apologize to Oregon, aren't I?
You have to sage all of the...
I'm going to smudge the penalty box after this game.
Smudge the bench. Smudge Juke himself.
Yes, Tiggs. What a line. This is, I think, Coco will confirm to me, but this is Tiggs. This is Kent Men's biggest jam of the game so far.
Beautiful apex jump, lands it, takes a bit of a tumble, but is in bounds, is legal, right back up there, and is just rolling with every point.
Pinky, I think both of us might need to speak further away from the mic because it's getting especially crackly at the moment. Maybe because it's our excitement. Yeah.
I apologize. I keep trying to get closer because I still don't have full voice yet.
So nice little replay with us showing Tiggs's apex jump. That's the word. Forgot about that phrase for a minute. 16 massive points there for Ken. What a great time. And that is the third highest jam of the game. Yes, Tiggs. What a slay. Yes. So we're in an official timeout. We would like to remind you that coming up next we have Manchester Roller Derby New World Order. They are the number 7 seed for this tournament, and they are playing Disorder all the way from Mexico City. So that's delightful. And then the final game of today is the number 1 seed, the St. Louis Gatekeepers. Is it St. Louis or St. Louis?
St. Louis. But you can say St. Louis too.
So again, because I'm a teacher, I'm always really, I think about this, and I've taught children who pronounce that Lewis, and I've taught children who pronounce it Louis. And so anytime, I'm just going to be wrong, but they are going to be playing the Inhuman League, and that will be wonderful for the Inhuman League, who are just they're just a bunch of babes, and super excited to be here skating in this MRDA Championship tournament. Obviously, St. Louis, the favourites to win that game.
Yes.
Don't side-eye me, Pinky. I know what I'm talking about mathematically.
No. I was thinking overall tournament-wise, but our brackets were broken immediately with that first Inhuman League against Ray City. So if you use the flat track stats predictor, that was not a prediction, and it was amazing.
But I think that is a side effect of like continental MRDA teams have not played each other in a while, right? I think the one thing I would say about this weekend that's a little bit not sad as such is that we've got we've got incredible French roller derby that's not represented here because I believe they're not MRDA yet affiliated, and I don't know why that is. Maybe there's a specific reason, maybe they're just not there. But like I have to say, I really, really wish that we had not just English teams here representing the continent, because I think that's what we have. I'm just checking. We've got Newcastle, the Inhuman League, which is kind of like more of a satellite team, in Kent and Manchester. So we have 4 great MRDA teams here. I would love it if somebody like Toulouse was over, because they are just phenomenal. But maybe next year or whenever we next have champs.
And we just, again, shout out again to 15 Ronins. You know, all the teams that are here from the Americas are from North America. Now we have, 15 Ronins in South America. So, roller derby is building back up. You're going to see more leagues coming back from the proverbial hiatus as they're building their teams back up. New teams joining the love of this open-gendered, all-gendered roller derby. So, I think that you'll see some change-ups in the upcoming years to championships, and you'll have more of a mixed bag of just clear-cut 5 American teams, 5 UK teams, or 6 and 6 or whatever. We'll definitely see more diversity.
Listen, there's no borders in roller derby, right?
Nope,
like
absolutely
ultimately, it doesn't matter who's from where. I think it's just I would love to see the whole gamut of teams represented.
Yes.
Coco is coming back with some news from the middle
from our Filet official review.
So the Concussion Royal Derby were looking to use their official review to question the fact that they believed that the Kent jammer in that last jam had taken an unblockable position, that they'd taken a knee deliberately. The referees determined that the knee-based position was the result of instability and wasn't a deliberate move to evade blocking. Therefore, the no call stands. The Concussion do not retain their official review for this half.
Whoa!
Oh.
Oh no!
Wow, we just went through 5 emotions in as many seconds. Trickster did the coolest leap, but it was determined to be out of bounds, so has gone to the box for a track cut. Nesta Vipers is lead jammer for Kent Men's Roller Derby. For the first time. Yes, Nesta.
Well, and I feel like Nesta has been out, every third jam, if not every other jam.
We jinxed it. It is a forearm penalty, I think, going to Nesta.
No, back block.
Oh, a back block. Sorry, it looked like it was being signalled as a forearm. So that means we've got a 2-minute jam.
But yet we've got quite a bit of concussion blockers in the penalty box. We've got Hot Fuzz and Frank Blood, but maybe they've been released because I'm seeing them out on the track.
I mean, let's hope they've been released and haven't just broken the rules all of a sudden.
They're like, we're so far ahead that we just, we refuse your penalties.
I'm really enjoying the question marks just next to them. They're just like, who are these guys? Where are they?
They're somewhere.
Oh! That was a big hit on Pro from...
That's loose wheel.
Yeah. And Nesta puts up 4 points for Kent Men's Roller Derby. We have 20 seconds on the jam clock. Pack speeding up a little bit in the straightaway. Hard as Kale's throwing in some shielding offense for Nesta Vipers, who unfortunately takes a wheel to the inside, forced to reset around in turn 1. 5-0. That's Hot Fuzz. Takes a seat in the penalty, but still has a question mark by his name. God love him. But is going back to the Cloud 7 penalty box. And I think this is likely to be the last jam. Not guaranteed. If I were Concussion and I got lead in this jam, I would run it until I could call it with the game expiring.
Absolutely. Yeah, because Concussion going into a minute 5 left, no timeouts left, no official reviews. So Kent probably doesn't want to extend this game, but they do have both. They have 2 timeouts left, and an official review. But we are getting an official timeout.
Coco thinks the official timeout is potentially to check maybe the number of points. Yep, and there we go. Those 3 additional points do go up for Nesta Vipers. Concussion tickling that triple century. Coco laughing hysterically at my use of the verb tickling. And don't make the tickling gesture at me, Coco. That's-
As I was doing it as well, you were in between the tickles.
You're both deeply inappropriate right now. So Grimes is lead, but has to reset behind Kent. Where's Tiggs gone? I can't see Tiggs. We've lost Tiggs. Oh, he's taken the star off, so he's invisible.
It's the cloak of invisibility.
Oh, no.
You just take the star off.
Well, he's actually been so sneaky. He's handed it to Hunter. But unfortunately, we're in the sad place where the pivot is behind Tommy Gunn.
Yes.
Bad times all round.
Tommy Gunn and Hot Fuzz together, just whirling around Hunter, while Grimes just steps aside and gets 4 more points.
I really like how the Concussion Jammers are very conscious at using their own wall. Like Grimes on that last pass went through his own wall to avoid the Kent. Oh, big old hit on Grimes from, who was that, 4-7 K-Train.
Yep.
Everything's happening. Tommy Gunn's now headed to the Cloud 7 pivot box, penalty box. I can't do words. And period clock expired. Grimes calls the game. That is your unofficial score. 310 to the Concussion and 65 to Kent men's roller derby. We've got a little replay going on with all these greatest hits. Here we go. K-Train puts an arm in the gut of Grimes.
Oh.
Delicious little hit there. And a nice little shot you get there of Concussion in your lower right screen. So they will go on, let me get this right, to play Tyne and Fear, our impeccable host league for the weekend, the number 3 seed, and they play them tomorrow at 11 a.m. Good times all round.
Good time. And we do now officially, those 4 whistles have blown. The final score, Concussion, your winner, 310. Kent men's roller derby, putting up a very respectable 65. That was a lot of hard work out there from Kent men's roller derby.
Yeah, really, I'm really proud of them. Yeah. Like, they definitely came here with the absolute right attitude, and they'll have learned a lot from that game. And they did really well against a very tough and skillful side. So.
When will we see Kent play again?
So Kent now, let me get this right, they were game 3, so they will play...
Oh, there we go, tomorrow.
I was looking, yes, they will play at 5 o'clock tomorrow, and they will play the loser of this next game, so either Manchester Roller Derby or Disorder. And you know what? I think they are hoping to play Disorder, not because Disorder is the lowest seed, so it would probably be a tighter game, but because they really want to play the team from Mexico.
Yes, everybody wants to play Disorder. They are
Disorder is so cool, man.
They're a skillful team. They're a respectful team. They're
a delight.
They're just wonderful. Everything about them. Yes.
So we will see what happens next. So don't go too far away. Do go and refresh your beverages, stretch your legs. Say hello to your children, spouses, and indeed pets if you've abandoned them for the day to stare at the screen. It has been a delight calling this game. I've been Loud and Queer.
And I am Pinky Don Chidero.
And we've been joined by Coco on production. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. I'm feeling high when I'm low, 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 low. Yeah, yeah. I'm feeling high when I'm low, 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 low. Yeah, yeah. I'm feeling high when I'm low, 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 low. Yeah, yeah. I'm feeling high when I'm low, 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 low. Yeah, yeah. I'm feeling high when I'm low, 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 low. Yeah, yeah. I'm feeling high when I'm low, 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 low. Yeah, yeah. I'm feeling high when I'm low, 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 low. Yeah, yeah. I'm feeling high when I'm low, 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 low. Yeah, yeah. I'm feeling high when I'm low, 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 low.